Well, he also didn't have a great year, but because he was riddled with injuries.
Who did?
When he did play, a good point. When he did play, he did not have a great season, but he was better than most of the guys in the lineup. You're right when he did.
Vladdy got comeback player of the year.
Because he did nothing.
So that means you were so bad that you did well, and now you're the Who wants to win comeback player of the year?
This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
You get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. I'm, of course, Andrew, and I'm again joined with Mark Chansey. Welcome back to the show.
Do you want to address the elephant in the room right now?
What is it?
Well, I had trouble sleeping this morning.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Between you,
Do you want to...
your stepmother, and the cat, I was not having a good morning in the bed. You were downstairs, breaking all the dishes. The cat wouldn't stop meowing.
I heard the cat, yeah.
And your stepmother's phone kept dinging because it wasn't on Do Not Disturb. I'm not in a good mood this morning. That was Tracy Chapman.
Fast Car.
Fast Car. It was from 1988. Some 36 years ago.
Wow. It's a long time ago.
Well-known song. The only thing about it is never made it to number one.
No, wow.
Made it as high as number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. And it's been covered a few times, most recently in the country version by Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Yep.
I keep want to say Coombs, but it's Combs.
Maybe it's Combs. I don't know.
I think it's Combs.
It's only 1-0.
I'm pretty sure it's Combs.
I think you're right. That's a good version, too. I like his version.
Yeah, it is a good version.
He has a raspy, deep country voice, so it sounds pretty good. But that's a cool little tune.
It is.
So what are we doing today, my son?
We are playing a game.
What game are we playing today?
We're playing Fire, I Smell Smoke, or Nothing to See Here.
I like this one.
Me too.
Fire, I smell smoke, or nothing to see here. So how does this work?
Well, I have some statements here.
Some statements. You read a statement.
I read a statement, and if you think it's a big concern,
Yep.
it's fire. If you think it's
fire!
if you think it's going to be a concern later down the line, it's I smell smoke. And if you think
What's that smell?
If you think it's not a concern at all, there's nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, folks. Move on. Nothing to see here.
There's
All
three
right.
statements.
3 statements.
This is a Leafs heavy.
You don't
game.
want to talk about the Leafs last night?
Well, because we're going to probably get into it when we talk about these statements.
okay.
So.
Because I look so forward to that. That makes my morning even better.
Yeah. So we have 3 statements. 2 of them are about the Leafs. 1 of them are about the mighty Blue Jays.
The mighty Blue Jays. Teoscar
Who
had
have a new
another
hitting coach, by the way.
Teoscar had another home run last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dodgers did win.
He was 2 for 4. Him and Freeman went
Freddie Freeman, man.
back-to-back home runs to win the ball game. But we don't want the low-hanging fruit.
We don't want the low-hanging fruit.
That's not how you win baseball games. Apparently, it's how you get to the World Series and go up 2-0 in the World Series. But hey, Ross, we believe you, man.
We totally.
You all right over there?
Yeah. So yeah, let's just get into it.
So drum roll, no drum roll. What do you want?
We got a drum roll.
Drum roll?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! I love doing the drum roll. I'm really good on the drum roll now. Hey,
Yeah.
so consistent.
Joseph Woll let in 4 goals in his season debut. Is this fire, I smell smoke, or nothing to see here?
That would be
I agree.
a smoke alarm.
I agree.
I'm smelling smoke, and it's getting heavier, almost to the point I think we should call the fire trucks.
Almost, yeah.
He has just been saddled with injuries.
Yeah, but like the injury problem is another thing.
He came back the other night
Against St. Louis.
And I'm not kidding you. One of his first saves of the game, he came across the crease, made the save, got up super slowly, and was shaking his leg. And I thought, it's not possible that he just hurt himself again. So I think there's some smoke here, folks. We have not seen anything out of Joseph Woll that tells me he's the guy. And in the meantime, Leafs lose again last night, but Stolarz looks like a bona fide number 1 goalie. The question with Stolarz, I don't know how to say his name, if I'm saying it right or not.
I think it is. I think it's Stolarz, yeah.
He's never played that many games.
No.
So whether he can get to 50 games or 60 games remains to be seen before he burns out. But he looks like a bona fide number one goalie to me. A big net presence. Looks like he's having fun when he's playing.
And it does say
even
right
with
now.
the team ahead of him.
Yeah, I did check. It does say right now the Leafs play the Jets tomorrow night.
Yeah, the undefeated 8-0 Jets.
Yeah, in Winnipeg. They play the Jets.
And the Leafs are 4-4-1.
Yeah. It looks like Joseph Woll may start that game, so that could be a problem.
I don't like that move. To me,
it's not confirmed, but it just says
Stolarz has taken the number one spot, and until he loses it, he should be the number one goalie. And you're going against the best team in the league. You're on a 3-game losing streak, and you're not going with your best goalie.
Nothing
doesn't
like the loser
make
point,
sense
though.
to me. Has to be Stolarz.
Nothing like the loser point, though.
Yeah, I love a league where they give you points for losing.
Yeah, they got one last night.
My kind of league. And that's only done to keep all the bad teams in it.
Yeah.
For a longer time, so the fan bases have something to pretend they're happy about, and they might make a playoff spot, but they usually don't.
Yeah.
And Boston, who beat the Leafs last night, again, they had to win that to get to 4-4-1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So they're the exact same record.
They have the exact same record. A lot of teams are struggling, but I don't know. So we both said smoke on that one, did we?
We did, yeah.
Okay. That was number one?
What was number one?
And number two?
Number two.
Of fire, I smell smoke, nothing to see here.
Yep.
What's your second one?
Rumors are circulating that Bo Bichette could be on his way out of Toronto. Is this fire, I smell smoke, or nothing to see here?
That is a 5-alarmer, I think. There's too many articles appearing in my news feeds about destinations for Bo Bichette. Latest one I read this morning was the Brewers. Because Willie Adames is going to be lost to free agency, they figure.
A lot of the trade rumors I find, like rumors especially, is just they just pick every team in the league and then say, could he go here? And then make an article about it.
I don't think... Yeah, kind of like the show.
Yeah.
I don't think Bo Bichette wants to be in Toronto.
No, neither do I.
And I don't think...
Regardless if he said he did or not.
The Blue Jays are that intent on signing Vladdy because I think it's going to be too much money for them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, him saying he wants to play with Vladdy, that's just such a silly thing to say for a professional athlete. I'm going back in my head. I can't remember any other time when a player came out and said, well, I want to really play with him. I want to play with him. Nobody does that. Who says that? Nobody. So it was just a stupid thing he said to try to make things seem better for negotiations or whatever. Maybe appease the fans a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think Bo Bichette will be a Blue Jay come April, March, whenever they play.
Yeah. And
long way away if you think about it.
Whatever trade the Blue Jays
what do you say?
Make for Bo Bichette, I would say fire too, to be honest.
That one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because whatever trade they make for Bo Bichette, because of who the GM is, it's not going to be good. Like, we know what he's going to do. He's going to get some stupid prospect that nobody's ever heard of before that we won't see for 5 years.
Well, I would hope he would get a shortstop.
Yeah.
Or do they think Mr. Clement is going to be the shortstop of the future?
They probably do.
It might be a bit of a downgrade.
They probably do, to be honest.
Okay.
But speaking of like infielders, they have been the Blue Jays have been linked for a few weeks now to Alex Bregman, who is a free agent, by the way.
Blue Jays are linked to everybody.
Who's the third baseman? No, they're not.
Just like what you always said. Juan Soto.
No,
right? Alex Bregman. Anyone is available. Oh, Shohei Ohtani. He was on the plane. Don't forget.
He wasn't.
Right?
No.
He was on the plane.
No, it was actually Herjavec was on the plane.
He was on his way. Shohei Ohtani was coming that night on a Friday to Toronto to introduce himself as having selected to play with the Blue Jays.
That was good. That was good times. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was good times, all right. But
no, it was fun to think he was actually on the plane
with Bo Bichette. And this statement couldn't be more perfectly timed. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's fire, yeah.
And there seems to be a lot of smoke around a Bo Bichette trade. And I think there's fire.
Well, he also didn't have a great year, but because he was riddled with injuries.
Who did?
When he did play, a good point. When he did play, he did not have a great season. But he was better than most of the guys in the lineup. You're right, when he did.
Vladdy got comeback player of the year.
Because he did nothing.
So that means you were so bad that you did well, and then now you're the Who wants to win comeback player of the year? It's a long way from MVP, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So that was number 2.
It was.
You got one more.
I knew.
All right. I got to find the drum kit again. You think I hit this button so many times, I'd know which one to go for? So you said you had a couple about the Leafs, so this one must be about the Leafs.
It is about the Leafs.
What is it?
The core 4's performance. Is this fire, I smell smoke, or nothing to see here?
The core 4 performance.
Yeah.
It is a full-on multi-blazing fire.
I'm saying smoke.
Well, I'll get to you in a second. Okay, we know what you're going to say, but I'm going to say it's a full-on 5-alarmer, 10-alarmer, 25-alarmer. I'm watching last night, and for the second straight game, Willie, doing his dipsy doodle crap, gives the puck away because he fell, and the other team comes down, odd man rush, and the puck ends up in the net. The other night he did it. He was stick handling, lost control of the puck, gone. I'm watching Mitch Marner floating all over the ice, dipsy doodling here and there. Now, he made an amazing pass to Morgan Riley, who kind of did a one-time wrist shot and scored. But my point is, it's not Craig Berube hockey.
It's not.
This dipsy doodle stuff, which they've done for years, and it's a Sheldon Keefe thing,
Yep.
puck possession and all this other stuff. We know when the playoffs start, there's no room for this crap.
No.
So I just don't see most of the core. Well, I won't say. I'll leave Riley out of it. Is Riley in the core 4? No. He's kind of like the 5th one.
I think technically it's core 5 when you think about it.
Matthews, Marner, and Willie, I'm just not seeing them as Craig Berube types.
Yeah.
They're still trying to score from well outside the perimeter. Nobody's going to the net. And Craig Berube hockey would be crash and bang to the net and stuff home some ugly goals.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're still trying to like the power play. Can we talk about the power play?
It's as bad as it was last year.
It's worse.
That's not possible.
3 or
it's not
4
possible.
more chances last night. Nothing. Not even generating good chances. Not even coming close to generating good chances because they're afraid to go to the middle.
It cannot be better, worse than last year. It's not possible.
So I think this is a 5-alarm fire on this core 4. Well, core 3. I don't know where I put Tavares. And you know what? I'm going to say something else.
What?
I think Morgan Riley should have been made captain of this team.
Oh, I totally agree.
I don't see leadership qualities in that Auston Matthews to begin. I never did. Right? He's
Yeah.
a goal scorer. He's a superstar that way. Fine. I think they've totally messed with his head now, giving him the captaincy.
Yep.
Because he is shooting pucks, missing. He's fanning on him. He's getting all kinds of chances. He did have one last night, but too little, too late.
Yeah.
Actually, it tied the game, so it wasn't too little, too late.
No, it wasn't.
But
But Brad Marchand in overtime got the win. So
I'm not seeing anything that tells me this is a good team.
yeah.
It's not built to be
Well,
a
last
Craig
week-
Berube team. It's not built to be a playoff team.
Last week you did say that you like the defense, and I mean Stolarz is good, great, but
I don't even know if Stolarz is a real thing.
yeah,
This could be just an early season wow kind of thing.
yeah,
He may pull a Jack Campbell on us yet. We don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
But that aside, the defense was upgraded a little bit. That Ekman Larsson looks great. And he plays mean, too.
Yeah,
I'm watching people getting hit all over the ice, and it's him doing it.
yeah.
And Philippe Myers
He's a monster.
drew in last night. Another 6'5" defenseman. So
Pacioretty was in last night too, wasn't he?
yeah, the defense looks half decent, although they're still playing some pretty funny plays in their own end. But this Marner, Nylander, Matthews thing, I don't know.
Let's not forget Chris Tanev, who's like Mr. Block Shots. He just blocks every single shot.
He has over 30 block shots already
Yeah,
this year.
he blocks so many shots.
But that's not the issue, and that wasn't the question.
No.
So you said
Smoke.
you smell smoke, hey? That's just the smoke alarm?
Smoke alarm.
Okay. So at what point will it stop smoking, or will it turn into a big fire for you?
Couple more weeks, I think.
Yeah?
I think right now it's too early to call. Well, actually, I should say I say smoke because for some of the guys, I think they're gonna turn it around. But for some of the guys, they're gonna stay right where they are right now. Mitch Marner. But I think Matthews, I think he'll turn it around. And I think you're right. They messed with his head totally, giving him that captaincy. Morgan Riley should have got it.
But who cares if they turn it around and they're good as last year?
playoffs
They don't do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we know
can't
that.
play
That's
this way
obvious.
anymore.
We know
Crash
that.
and bang, get to the net, get the ugly goals, move on.
We know that, but it's like there's certain
Mitch
guys.
Marner looks like he's figure skating out there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put Tavares in this group because Tavares is different from them. I know he's technically part of the core four, but he's not. Really.
I see Tavares fighting for pucks.
Yeah,
I don't see Matthews sometimes, although he doesn't have many takeaways this year.
Yeah.
Marner, I never see fighting for a puck.
Marner, yeah.
Willie, if he's in the mood every now and then, he'll fight for a puck.
But it's funny because we talk about Willie and how he does all this dipsy doodle crap, and him and Marner do it a lot. But Willie's like the only one that shows up in the playoffs, and he's been doing it for a couple of years now, consistently.
Well, he hasn't been a great playoff performer, but he's been probably the best on his team.
Yeah,
So, like I always say, when you're getting a group picture taken, stand next to the ugly person because that makes you look better, right? Same thing with Willie. He's cream of the crap in the playoffs,
yeah.
right? So,
And so I think some of them might figure it out, but there are definitely going to be Mitch Marner who will not figure it out. I don't think because this is kind of in a way it's a big year for Marner because he's on the last year of a contract and I think a lot of people don't want him back. So
I don't see how he fits into a Craig Berube system. I don't.
So personally, I think I know it's too early to call, but I think right now they're starting to see that Mitch Marner's not coming back next year, and I think that's just part of it.
I don't know about that.
That's just what I think, but
I don't know about that. But you're a smoky guy, and I'm a fire on that one.
yeah,
I've seen enough of the core four.
I like Matthew Nyes though.
He's a totally different player.
I like it.
He will crash and bang,
I like Matthew,
and he did a lot of that last night. There are some bright spots on the team, and it's just not Matthews, Marner, or Nylander.
How's Pacioretty doing?
Yeah, not really that noticeable.
No.
But he was out with 2 games with a lower body injury, so we're not even 6 games in, and he's already been out due to injury. Guy that played, 20-something games last year? 30 games last year? So I don't think Pacioretty's the fix. They have no one on the left side.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens against Winnipeg.
You talked about Lorentz last week, too, who...
Yeah, the fourth line had a few good shifts last night, but the team goes when Matthews, Marner, and Nylander are going, and they're just, I don't know.
They're not going.
Doesn't matter if they go. Because if they go in the regular season, they don't go in the playoffs. And they're not built that way. It's not something you can say, Mitch, we want you to start playing this way now, because you're not going to.
What if they don't go in the regular season and then they go in the playoffs? What if it's the other way around?
Not going to happen. Not with this group. They're not built that way. How many times do you go to the playoffs and see that they're not built that way
Every year.
before you say, maybe this just won't happen? Every single year, they don't show up. Every year.
And then we get lied to and say they're going to make change. And they don't.
It's a cycle.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole
right?
cycle.
Leaf fans are having a rough start to the season because 3 games ago, they were 4-2.
Yeah.
And they were going to play, was it St. Louis?
No.
Yeah, no, it was Columbus.
And
then St. Louis.
Game.
So we were thinking, God, we'll be 7-2 in a couple of games. Or we'll be 6-2 in a couple of games. But instead we're 4-4-1 because we lost to the lowly Columbus Blue Jackets. We lost to the St. Louis Blues, who Craig Berube wanted to beat so badly because it was his team. We lost to the Boston Bruins.
Steve Dangle made a great point,
What was that?
If you watch this team over the last couple of games, you would not believe that this team whooped Tampa on Monday.
Nope. And
He destroyed Tampa on Monday.
My comment to that was, how much of that was Tampa not playing well?
Yeah, good point.
Because they came out of that game and they've lost 3 straight since that game. So
Yeah.
I don't think we should be getting too excited. It's very early.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be around 100 points again this year because they usually are. And we'll probably get into the playoffs without any
lose
trouble.
in the first round.
And then, unless there's different personnel, why would the result be any different?
Why would it be anything?
Why would it be? Anything else over there today?
No.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. Find us on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. We'll be back in the middle of the week with Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
We'll see you in the middle of the week.
See you in the middle of the week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchancey.com.